My father used to read Upanishads. He used to read Vedas, and if we listen, he will give us like a 5 paise a day.
How exactly you connect this to meditation, and why do we need to do meditation?
When I reached 20s, I was an engineer. So all of my bachelor friends, they are all their fathers are also engineers. Maybe in 20 years we'll become like that. It wasn't really fascinating for me. Like there must be something larger than that. Like between those Western concept to the meditation, there was another bridge which was Sadhguru. I feel something was missing. There is something magic in the meditation.
What is the best experience that you had during meditation?
Once I started connecting with the meditation, right, like deep sleep, you feel so happy about it. I work in a very niche IT field, challenging environment. In spite of that, my work life is becoming easier.
Wow.
And the way I will call meditation is a technical instrument which is actually automating some of my day life jobs.
Yeah, that's what we all need actually. Hello friends, Namaste. This is Arun, Alladurgam. I am from Atlanta, Georgia. Today we have a special guest with us. His name is Praveen Pippiri, and we'll learn more about him, like what is his spiritual journey, what is meditation is all about. Let's learn from him. Namaste.
Namaste, Arun.
Yeah. So just briefly tell us about yourself.
Okay. So I'm a usual IT engineer, born in a spiritual family, in a sense, Vedic family. So all my childhood is listening to my father. He used to read Vedas, and I used to read Upanishads. So always on a spiritual side, on that side. But it was a very overdose because at that time I've not yet fully embraced the spirituality at that stage. So kind of I would say while I like the spirituality, but it was overdose. So I took a U-turn then, and I went directly to a Western philosophy, to Andhra and other philosophies, and then I felt that it was. I mean, again, it is too much over individualism all over, not really focusing on the societal
So
good.
you said like
So
spirituality, right?
right.
What exactly did you follow, like when you are early in your?
Yeah. So born in the Arya Samaj family. So
Oh.
we used to read. My father used to read Upanishads. So in fact, I've talked about Ishavasya Upanishad and even some of those Katha Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, for some of them. But Ishavasya Upanishad is one thing I used to even remember everything. All of
Oh
them.
wow.
So
Wow.
and Vedas also is like I used to read Vedas, and if you listen, he will give us like a 5 paise a day. So,
Okay.
so that was a motivation.
That's a good motivation for the younger
Yeah.
generation.
So,
Since you are already into this spiritual path, right? Like how exactly you connect this to meditation, and why do we need to do meditation?
see again, when I used to ask my father at that time, like, what do we need it? What is the purpose of life? Right? It wasn't very clear. Maybe because I was not mature enough to understand. But we actually did a meditation even early stages. But it was like a 2 minute meditation and all. So not really that. Right? So but when I reached 20s, and after I mean I was an engineer and I studied in Hyderabad. So all of my bachelor the day scholar friends, they are all their fathers are also engineers. Many of them. So when I noticed that, so that's a life. So it's like maybe in 20 years we'll become like that. We'll have kids doing engineering. It wasn't really fascinating for me. Like there must be something larger than that. Like so, but I didn't really understood anything. So I thought, okay, fine, let me do my job. Whatever I just whatever the work that I was doing, I was continuing to do it, but it's never always a gap. It's like because always needed to understand why do I born? Like what is the purpose of living? So that was the question that always kind of put me onto the spiritual path.
So when did you
So
actually start doing meditation?
so meditation I've only started doing only from 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
So between those Western concept to the meditation, there was another bridge which was Sadhguru. So uh, with the Sadhguru, inner engineering, and all of them, Shambhavi Kriya, I've done everything. Uh, at least that kind of he brought me back to the reality awareness path. But that was not enough for me. Because I always wanted, we know that when I knew about these Kundalini activation and all, I wanted to do that. So that from the Sadguru's, Shamavigri and all, is not able to do it. So I feel something was missing. While I know that that was really good, I was happy with that. No question about it. So that was a time during our neighborhood meditation. Lakshmi Devi in our neighborhood, she introduced meditation to some of the women, and my wife, luckily, she was one of those people who connected with Lakshmi Devi. And my wife told me about it, and I kind of immediately connected, maybe a couple of days time. Oh, so okay. That's how the meditation got to me.
Oh, okay. So what made you to do meditation? I mean, it was really quick since you have already have this path and right, like so. Since you practice meditation from long time, like how did you actually start? Like how many minutes of meditation that you have done earlier? Like
so before I was formally introduced to the PSSM, I was doing a meditation, a slightly different type of meditations. So that was like a 20-minute meditation and all. So but nothing was happening. And the moment we started, I got introduced to PSM. Immediately, I started with a 45 minutes meditation, and I joined this 41 days meditation from Karma Dhyana by Vamshi Sir, Vizag Vamshi Sir's program. Yeah. So there was a program that was just right in time starting. So me and my wife, both of us joined there. So it was a 45-minute meditation to start with, and then followed by some wisdom sharing and all. So, but it was really tough. Initially, I used to think that when will the 45 minutes will go over. So,
so before that, I mean, before you started and doing meditation, right? Like it was very like 5 minutes or 10 minutes of meditation. Right. That's correct. What
yes,
you had. Yeah. Okay.
But it was not really regular meditator. I would never call myself a meditator before really introduced to that. I knew meditation. I was on and off doing a meditation, but not really a daily meditator. So in that sense.
So now you are a consistent meditator.
Yeah.
Can you say yourself a
Yes.
consistent?
I would say 99% of the time I do meditation.
Okay.
Only times, let's say I go to India or maybe some traveling times. Only then I may miss. But there is a moment. Most of the times I actually meditate during the flight hours.
Oh,
So it's like, I mean, see, initially it took almost 1.5 years to get connected to the meditation. But uh, there is something magic in the meditation that I understood within first maybe 10-15 days itself. So it's okay. I mean, it's like so. What I used to joke with my wife is that in the academics, I was a first bencher, but when it comes to the meditation, I'm the last bencher. But at least I'm not. I'm in this class. So my friend, when I tell the same thing to my friends, he says, "You are in the class. We are not even in the class." Okay. Wow. So I was happy with
It's a
that.
great thing to know.
Yeah.
So, since you started doing meditation, you understand the fruits of meditation. So now, let's try to understand, like, since you had a lot of benefits with the meditation, right? Like, do you want to take this forward to your friends? Like, if yes, then how do you want to take it forward?
Yeah, so definitely. See, what I would want to do is, I mean, I would say initially I used to struggle for getting into meditation for 1.5 years or so. Now I'm fully connected. Now I can receive energy and all, right? So what I want to do is, so that means there are certain type of the last benches people like me who are interested in meditation, but who may feel that meditation probably is not meant for me, or I'm too busy, I cannot do meditation. So there are various types of people. So it's like there is a bit of inertia, and I actually feel I would want to talk to such people, and I actually give my experience, and even third benchers like me can get into meditation. So that's one way. Definitely, I want to motivate.
So,
Because
one question here, like, sorry to cut you off, but you said like experience, right? Yeah. So, what is the best experience that you had during meditation?
So for me, the first goal was to just do the meditation, right? I wasn't really expecting much. But once I started connecting with the meditation, right, it's like, I mean, in the simplest terms, let's say when you get into a beautiful sleep, it's like a deep sleep, you feel so happy about it. You don't really know anything about it, but you feel so happy about it. And I feel that is the closest experience in way. The moment we, at least there are certain times, for me, morning times and evening times works best. And night times not used to work, at least earlier. So the best times will be like, I feel so happy, not really doing anything, That which was the closest, like when you go into the deeper sleep state, I get into that, and that is for me the best experience. But in addition to that, I got a lot of bonuses. Like now I can feel energy flowing through, and I can feel the prana is actually going through my body, and I can feel my head is getting heavier, and uh, in general, I know it is very difficult to explain that the happiness.
What happens in the
Yeah,
meditation? Yeah,
exactly. It's
yeah.
so happy. See, that is the way I try to give that maybe that Six Flags ride experience, right? When you go to the Six Flags ride, right? When you go onto the top of the ride and you fall down, you even though it is a little bit scary, but you feel so thrilled, right? And for me, the way I mean, I used to talk to my manager, the same experience, but in the Six Flags there is a scarier element, but in the meditation, no scary, just only fun. So if you continue the fun for a longer period, and that is what I can call the best meditation.
Oh, okay.
So
Super, super.
that's it.
Nicely portrayed everything. So
Yeah.
now, since you understand the benefits and everything, right? Like what exactly you say, okay, before meditation I had this kind of things. I used to take these things in this way, but now after meditation I totally changed, and my way of looking at the same things is now different or maybe changed. Is there anything something like that to explain? Just give
Yeah.
us some
Yeah, I
example.
think there are several examples. I mean, definitely, right? I could want to say that. So let's talk about the physical, right? So I mean, generally I was healthy. Even before meditation, also I was healthy person, but I used to get a frequent headaches and frequent backaches. So especially in the winter times, I used to get a lot of backaches. And I know it is maybe lack of not doing enough exercise. Even though I once in a while I do a yoga and I stop it. But I used to get that. But now, in the last 2 years, I'm not like my headaches were probably down by 90%. Maybe rarely I may get sometimes, right? Backache pretty much gone just with that meditation, right? But doesn't mean that we should do exercise. We should continue to do yoga. And in fact, if you do yoga and with the meditation, it actually improves. Meditation quality will be much higher. So that is on the physical side. Now, I used to watch a lot of Netflix and Prime streaming in the late nights. Now that kind of taken away. That is kind of got addicted to that point in a sense that I can't, like my wife always says, you watch as you don't have control over a period of time, whatever the entertainment. Once you start, you will never stop it. Now I have a much better control over like what I want to watch and how long I want to watch. So it's like I can actually control my mind rather than my mind is taking over me, right? That's a second aspect. And professionally, some of things are working out easy. See, I mean, I work in a very, very niche IT field and a very, very challenging environment. In spite of that, my work life is becoming easier.
Wow.
And
That's what we all need actually.
it's really, yeah. I mean, a lot of my friends used to even still complain about work. I feel it's happy. Even there were layoffs happening, but I was always happy. When my manager always says, I'm always happy because I know I am positive and I want to be positive. I mean, it is not just saying it, and I truly believe that only positive things do happen. And again, that will probably that because of being awareness, being in a moment to moment awareness, we generally tend to feel happy about the current rather than something going to may or may not happen. Right? Generally, don't think about those events. So that actually calms us down. And another interesting, uh, I used to have some weird goals. Okay, I used to have this goal of at least wanted to read 10 books a year. That was my goal. And the last time I achieved was somewhere around 2002. I never achieved it. I maintain a Excel sheet, a bibliophile. I maintain how many books I read in that year. I never, the 2001 or 2 somewhere. That time, that was the only year I achieved 10 books. And as soon as I got into PSSM and with the meditation, tons of books are there, tons of masters, so many people. And it is not like they're not really very, very big leaders. They're just a very ordinary people. But the way they speak, the amount of wisdom they have is just enormous. So, and there's so much of a books, so many books are there, right? And in the year one, I read 25 books. And of course, I was never compromised on the career. So, and also I have a challenging home life as well. In spite of that, I was able to achieve, read so many books. And that is, in a way, time is expanding. Even though everyone says time is 24 hours, somehow time is expanding. It's like this. In the IT world, process automation is always a niche thing, right? So there is a manual task. You spend some time in coming up with the automation. So to do the automation, you have to put an effort. But once the automation starts working, it will give you results. And the way I will call meditation is a technical instrument which is actually automating some of my day life jobs. Yeah, right. So it kind of opening up because maybe earlier the same task I used to spend more time. Now the same task I'm actually doing it shorter. So kind of my time is expanding. I'm able to read more books. So that way that's a good thing. Really grateful. Yeah. So finally, to end up with, do you want to give any message to our PMC viewers? Any message or suggestion that you can give to the fellow meditators? You could be just starting the meditation or who just wanted to start meditation. Right. Or anyone regarding the book reading. Yeah. Just go ahead. So I think yeah, several messages I can say, but at least I'm actually for people who may not yet be meditating or who may be questioning. Uh, First of all, we don't say, of course, it takes a little bit of a time, but treat meditation is like a technical or process automation. Once you start get used to it, you will be getting results. That's definitely, and the results could vary. Result doesn't need to be seeing something. At least the basic result that everyone can see is you feel happy, and the happiness index will definitely go up. Personally, that's one. And my goal, or even for the one catchline that I can tell anyone is, uh, try to be aware. Right? I always want to be aware, but I used to lose awareness. Even now, I still lose awareness. In fact, maybe before you come over my home, in 30 minutes ago, I lost my awareness. So it's not that awareness I don't lose, but I have a much better control over my awareness. And I think I could say meditation definitely helps in living with awareness, moment to moment awareness. So that's one thing I would, I mean, even for a regular meditator or not a meditator, I could say awareness. Meditation helps with awareness. Thank you so much for sharing all the wisdom and experiences with the book reading. You have done a lot. Thank you so much for all the time. Thank you. So, thank you, friends. Thanks for watching. Again, we'll meet again with another master. Uh, Please do watch, share, subscribe to our PMC channel. Yeah, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you so much. Catch up again. Bye. Thank you. Yeah, bye.